Mm-mm. 6, 7, 8. Damn. What them kids saying? I ain't even mean to say that, y'all. Good morning. I was calculating something. 5, 12. See if anybody is up. Good morning, y'all. Label this ASI talk, but I want to talk about a couple of, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll do the other one in a separate live. But good morning, y'all. I know it's late and early at the same time. See what time is it? Okay. While I'm letting it warm up a little bit, y'all came in as I was calculating some fruit I had to toss. How much? About how much that was. But that's at least, ooh, I gotta do better. I gotta do better as I'm thinking about it. But good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. I went to sleep early, y'all. Long day. Y'all know, tired from that night before. Came in. I mean, still had to get up yesterday. And then came in and went to sleep. Came in and went to sleep, got home, still heard people popping fireworks, wanted to watch the fireworks. I was sleepy, fell asleep, and I woke up. And I've been up a couple of hours over here watching, don't even know what channel this is, episodes of Dateline. Man, people do the craziest things. Watching episodes of Datelines. Just watched a man get convicted for life for unaliving his new wife and the girlfriend that helped him get immunity and walk when she admitted that she took part in it. And they said they'll rather get one rather than none. So she gets to admit that she helped and gets no consequences. Crazy. Who is this? Oh, m- man. Listen, you. Before I do this, let me explain something to you. Hey, Mocha, good morning. Good morning, Mocha. And then you, I'm not going to even say, well, actually, I'm going to say it. Ava Augustine. Let me explain something to you. I know you buckets and, oh shit, I ain't mean to do that. That's the wrong thing. I meant to do this. And then Arlen, what the hell is say? Hold on, let me. Arlene Toot or something like that. Take your dumb ass on, you stupid bitch. Coming up in here. I know, I guess it ain't been the right amount of time, they say. That it may be the rules changed. They did say 5 minutes before, now they say 10. Maybe it's 10 now. I don't know. So I should watch my language for 10 minutes. Is that what it is? They're still here. They're still getting paid, and more of them saying it. So maybe it's 10 minutes. So I'll be slow down before I start cursing your silly butt out. But listen, Buckets, I know that you got a problem, and I know one of the things you like to do is troll people, even when you pretend to be down with them. Coming in under one of your troll accounts and asking stupid questions and all the stupid stuff that is you. It's been you. It's been you the whole time, and it's still you. You an idiot. Take your fat ass. Well, you can't sleep, you stupid bitch. Oops. Oh, I gotta watch my language. I forgot. I said 10 minutes. While you over here getting them night visits from your deceased father, let you tell it. He visits you all the time, right? Can't even sleep. Take your butt on, fucking wench. Ugh. Anywho, good morning, y'all. I went to sleep super early yesterday, and I don't know, I ate a bunch of stuff. And I woke up with my stomach hurting. I was so thirsty. I done took a bottle of water to the head and I'm still thirsty. I think I'm about to go get me another bottle of water. I think I might have some ice in the ice maker too. It'll give me a cup of ice. I think I'm about to do that in a minute because I'm thirsty and I need to um quench my thirst and kind of eat some ice will help me too. Cause like I said, I swallowed a bottle of water in probably 2 swallows and I'm still thirsty. But I think that was the last bottle of water in the fridge, but the ice maker is full. So thankfully we got a case of water because that bottle of water in the fridge was gone. I don't know what's going on. They've been running through the damn water lately. Every time I turn around, the water gone. I should have got honestly, I should have got 2 cases. I don't know what I was thinking. But anywho, and don't come over. Listen, I'm gonna start blocking y'all. I don't give a damn. I do not give a damn. Don't start with no bull. Okay. Now I don't know if you somebody for real, I'm gonna say good morning because I don't know your name and I know there are new people here, but there's also trolls here, and you will not distract me, okay? So if you're a troll, it ain't gonna work, okay? I ain't like them other people you be trolling. It ain't gonna go the same. I think you figured that out the other times that you tried to troll me, okay? And if you are new here, then come on in and good morning. Have a seat. It's safe in the comments. Respect is paramount. Same opinions do not matter. Variety is the spice of life. You can agree to disagree. With the hostess with the mostest, that would be me in case you didn't know. Oh, that's Kiss. Kiss the ring, and I'm back off in this thing. You do not have to agree with the hostess with the mostest. Just be respectful. Same goes for the people in the chat. So, y'all. So I woke up, watched a couple of episodes of Dateline, started watching this episode on Law and Crime, where they're discussing this man that just got convicted for doing the most heinous thing to his at the time 10-year-old stepdaughter. He knocked her up. And the mama was right there in the house, and so was her grandmother. Blood, of course, mama blood, but the mama's mama, grandma. And ain't nobody do anything to protect the child. It's fucking ridiculous. So, and as a matter of fact, they protected him, but that's a whole other thing. So I'm sitting here watching all these cases and whatnot. And I wanted to do some content yesterday when I got home. Um, but I fell asleep. And so now here I am up and I'm like, well, I know everybody probably sleep right now or whatever. I'm probably gonna end up taking a nap, but I was so tired from the day before. But like you know how I say, even if I'm tired, life goes on. Life don't give a damn that you're tired. And I gotta get up and do a couple of things today. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out if I want to go on and start a couple of things or go ahead and do this real quick. So I figured I'd do this. And then and go from there since my stomach hurt. My stomach hurt a little bit, but Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? I hope everybody is feeling good, whether you are in my live or whether you catch this on the replay. I'm trying to decide if I want to talk about both things in this live. I think I'm just gonna stick to ASI. So I saw some ASI content that I wanted to react to. So if you are new here, thank you for coming in. Thank you guys for subscribing, from my day one subscribers, um, from my first channel, or from me returning here. Excuse me, y'all. I might yawn. Uh, to the most recent subscribers. Thanks everybody. I really appreciate y'all. And I hit that 1K recently. Thank you, Jesus. Praise God. And thanks for all of you guys. And now I'm on the road to 2K. So let's get it, and let us get this thing. Let's get it. You feel me? Come on with this journey with me. Hit that subscribe button. Um I think you might like it here. I do reactions. I am a reaction channel. I react within the LA sector. That is the Latrice Allen sector. I react to some things that are going on within there. And I do episodes of Surviving BYB, Barnyard Betty. And if you and episode 4 just aired on Friday, and I'm gonna do episode 5 later today. Episode 5. So y'all come on in, join in on episode 5, and y'all hit that link. I think I got a couple people already that want to hit that link later today. So we're gonna hit that link. I ain't got no all-nighter in me for y'all now. I ain't got no all-nighter in me for y'all, but I'm definitely we're gonna do episode 5, and we're gonna see who's able to pull up and hit that link. And so that's gonna be Surviving BYB, a continued series talking about this heifer that came over to this group of people that was just doing their thing, and with her takeover spirit and muddied the water. I'll get into more later. I know I got a couple of things I need to do before the episode airs. As a matter of fact, I just thought about it. I better start telling it to work on my thumbnail now, because we be fighting so hard, man. Why can't they just listen? Just leave the damn thumbnail the same and change the title this time. But other times, change this one little thing about the thumbnail. They want to take off the tats. They want to put on jewelry. They want to continue to put a wedding ring on. Why? Because the picture is a middle-aged woman. Take the damn ring off the itch's finger. Okay? Take the jewelry off the dusty hoe. Stop making her unashy. Stop making the dots on her legs red and purple, and they stay lightening somebody's skin. You make one addition to the thumbnail, and they make them lighter and lighter and lighter. And there's a couple of other apps I had downloaded that I was using. They was quick to make somebody white or barely colored, and it was really pissing me off. I'm like, I'm gonna pay you for I can fight you to put color on people. And this one cartoon app I had downloaded, I don't care how much melanin I tell them a person has, they will make them light or white. And I was like, I'm not about to fight. I'm not about to pay my money to fight with you. And I can't even do an updated edition. It makes you use credits, and then it gives you an edition of the what they call it, edition of the, or whatever it is you told it to create. You could tell them it was a dark skinned black person. I literally did that just because it kept making everybody white. And then they still gave me a light skinned lady with mixed looking hair. I'm not, so anyway, I get tired of going back and forth with them about these thumbnails. But my son said, he heard me talking about it, and my son said, Mom, like, you research everything. Why don't you research how to give it the prompts so you don't have to go back and forth with it? He literally was like, "You're the research queen. I can't believe you didn't research it." I'm like, "Yeah, you got a point." He's like, "Why are you going back and forth with it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, you got a point." You do have a point. But anyway, y'all, so maybe I should have called this morning chit chat, but it's super early in the morning. But yeah, so Surviving BYB is one of the series that I have going on here. I have early morning chit chat where or early morning chit chat is a little this and a little that. Now on early morning chit chat, it's a little bit later morning time, not like necessarily midnight, I mean overnight mid type chit chat. But yeah, and it could be anything. Same thing with Car Chronicles. And so then there's Way Back Wednesday musical hour where we just listen to a little bit of throwback jammy jams, you know what I'm saying, and just have a good time. And ASI is another sector I react in. So the LA sector and the ASI sector is so much drama, so it feels good to deviate from that and just kind of listen to some music and kick back or whatever. You know what I mean? And be over here at Club Kiss, so everybody be in the chat talking about what they doing in the club and what they wearing and all that other kind of stuff. So yeah, so it's cool. It's a good time. And on my last channel, I used to do game nights. I had started doing more regular game nights, and I was getting ready to make that a whole thing. But then of course my channel got up out of here. So I've been thinking about bringing that back. And I'm just trying to figure out a way to do a couple of things. And then also the 1K giveaway. I done hit that 1K, y'all. And I want to do a 1K giveaway, which I am gonna absolutely do. So I planning that. We're gonna have a big old 1K giveaway party. So we got to get that popping. Reacting to legal cases. I started the Carmelo Anthony one, just basically chiming in, what's your opinion, all this other kind of stuff, conversation about the details of it all. I did one episode. I think I could summarize the rest of it completed in another episode or two. I had stopped where I stopped going over the legal documents in the first one. So I think I'm gonna wrap up episode 2 with completing that, and then we'll do another episode basically of the additional evidence that came out and wrap that up. And there's another case that I want to do, which is one of the ones that I was looking at since I woke up today, which was this father in the situation with the little girl in the home. Maybe because it's a couple of things I wanted to point out with it. We always talking about we. When I say we, I mean my culture. I don't mean me, because I know better. Okay. But a lot of people like to say our ethnicity, and we got to stop this, and in our community, and these kind of things happen in our home, where we're talking about um uh the stepfather touched the little girl. And he got a pretty significant sentence. Actually, I just realized what was the mama and the grandma got charged too, but I'm gonna have to go back and listen and see what they said that the mama and the grandma got, what their sentencing was. I don't know right now, because I walked away and went and got some water and everything, and I did hear them say his sentence, which he got life. But the mama and the grandma, I'm gonna have to go back and listen and see what they got, because I just realized that I must have had went and got water when they said it, because I didn't hear what they said the two of them got. Um, but my point though was, a lot of times people say, "Oh, our community, we put everything on the black community." That's programming, especially my generation. As I was listening to it, and even when I was looking at the first Dateline episode that I watched tonight. So this thing about the stepfather and the little girl, they're European American. The first episode of Dateline that I watched, the man was Latino. He was in Miami, so it could be, different Latino ethnicities dwell in certain areas. You could probably guess, but in Miami, it's all kinds. I know it's Cubans, Puerto Ricans, everything. So it's no telling. But they were Latino. He was Latino. The woman that helped him was Latino. And his victim was Latino. Okay, he had more than one victim, but the one that lost her life was Latino as well. Um, all Spanish speaking people. Um, And then the next episode that I watched, it was a man that was Middle Eastern. Well, he victimized the company that he worked for, which actually was the state, and his wife was European American. So while we be saying us, it's not all us, and people got to stop doing that. And people usually us in our community, and a lot of times people do stuff within their own community most of the time, or their own ethnic group. You see what I'm saying? And including the father, stepfather, I meant to say, in the home with the mother and the grandmother being enablers, and all three of them being European American, and the child that he victimized was European American, because that's usually how that goes, and stuff like that. Um, Edophilia, that is a worldwide problem, and the same ethnicity usually on the same ethnicity. Not always, but mostly, largely. And it's a worldwide problem. It's not a black community problem. Most of this stuff isn't. There's some things that are though. But the stuff y'all be saying, nah, stop that. Knock that programming off. And I get it, it's programming. We grew up watching the news with them saying, oh, the assailant was black, or it was just an assailant. Only people that had an ethnicity, when it was something negative, was black. Other than that, they didn't say the ethnicity. No matter what the other ethnicity was, they didn't call it. They didn't say it was a Middle Eastern person. They didn't say it was a Latino person. Sometimes they did, but mostly they didn't. They didn't say it was an Asian person. They didn't say it was a European American person, but they always told you when it was a black person. And so in my generation, people be perpetuating that. You better knock that programming off. You want to pass that down the line? You want that to go on forever? It got to change somewhere. Okay? None of these communities perfect. They all got their problems. It's just some um, criminal acts are more prevalent to some more than others, if you know what I mean. But everybody got their problems. And when it comes to that Edoism, that's a worldwide problem. But she said, why have you, oh, here we go. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about trolls. And here they come. Child cheese. Ain't nobody got time for you. But anyway, so we'll get more into it and talking about it and see how that goes. That was something that I used to do on my other channel. So I'm gonna bring that back, because some of the stuff that I was doing, it was going good. We was having good conversations about it and everything. So I think it was good. So I do trending hot topics as well. And then I also do what they call it, ASI reactions in the ASI sector. I also want to tell you guys about the comedy skits. I have shorts that I have that are comedy skits that will put you in the mind of some of the characters that you see in the ASI group, and also in the LA sector. And you never know, it could end up being people that are anywhere. Anybody could end up getting skidded, but right now it's just folks from those two groups. So if you haven't seen them, go check them out. I crack myself up when I be doing them. So hopefully you guys get a good laugh out of it. And if you do get a good laugh, y'all be giving me feedback. And I definitely appreciate that, because I don't want to be the only one laughing. You know what I'm saying? Them comedians that be laughing so hard at their own jokes, but the shit do not be funny. I don't want to be one of those. I don't. So I like when y'all give me the feedback, because I'm like, okay, period. Like DL Hughley, for example. Y'all remember him on Comic View if you old enough to watch? Man, he laughs so hard all the time at his own damn jokes. Or what about Ricky Smiley as a stand-up comedian? Man, Ricky would be laughing and it was not funny. What about Seti? Seti. Oh, Seti. I like Seti. I like Seti, far as his comedy is concerned. But he laughed so damn hard. Sometimes it was not funny. Seti is better than DL and Ricky Smiley as a stand-up comic. Sometimes his stuff hit, and he got some classics. They run, we all run. But then some of that stuff was like, come on, bro, do over. Okay, so yeah, I like the feedback, so I know I'm not the only one that's laughing. So thank y'all for that and the likes and all of that kind of stuff. Y'all been coming through for real. And I'm trying to tell you, I appreciate you for sure, for sure. I just thought about, oh, I stuck that in the side of my purse. I was like, what did I do with that cash? Oh, I stuck it in the side of my purse. Okay, boom. I shouldn't be saying that out loud. I be thinking out loud. I fell asleep. Anyway, y'all, back on track. Back on track. So ASI, be doing reactions to ASI too. I guess this is kind of morning chit chat. I should maybe I should change the label to the thumbnail to morning chit chat. And what I was gonna say. So but I wanted to talk about some ASI stuff though. So let me get into the ASI reaction. Oh, and before I say that, I was listening to there's a few things I want to say. I was listening to Diva's replay, but I ain't gonna jam pack it all in here. But y'all was talking about one man and saying like that word is that one man is coming back to get the Shrek baby Nardo. And where has one man been? One man been over there on ASI. One man is I don't know if he's somewhere else, but he is out here. Okay. Recently I've been hearing one man's name being called in the comment section. One man is in the ASI group. I mean, he over there dwelling in ASI. So yeah, so that's where he at. So maybe he is on his way to get the Shrek baby. And rightfully so. Shrek baby needs some men to get on his head. He say he a straight man, right? So the men that's out here need to get on him because he think he the only man that's coming at women. Okay, nah, bro. See, men that like to come at women, they don't like to deal with men though. See, they want to deal with women, but they don't want to deal with men. Come on, men, where y'all at? Come get on them. Although, anyway, so I'll just leave that at that. That's where one man is at though. Um, that's where I've seen him anyway. Very, very recently. This one channel that I be looking at, haven't been able to look at. I've been trying to catch replays, but I haven't seen anything they've done in a few days. But the last time I was over there, maybe like 3 days or so ago, he was over there. So yeah, so that's where he at. Who would say? Manya Kirkland. Good morning, Manya. I hope you feeling good on this Sunday morning. One second, y'all. Is that like the oh, that's that thing spinning. All right, y'all. Good morning. Let's get into this reaction ASI. So it's a few things, but it's not just one like video or whatever. It's a few things I want to talk about. I guess I will start off by talking about this. Shoot, I forget his name right now. It's a reaction channel that I'll be watching. And he was saying maybe he only heard it over there. He may not know about me. He may not watch me or whatever. That's cool. We don't all know about each other. He does I don't know what you call it. It's not mechanical, but y'all know what I mean. Like it's a black screen with like a what you call it, like something face, like a covered face or whatever. He's hilarious and he be on point. Is very intelligent delivery, very matter of fact delivery with his reactions. When he puts written stuff in his videos, he didn't bust a rhyme a few times. He's very good. I can't think of his channel, actual name of the channel right now, but I'm sure if you do watch ASI reactions and you're aware of him, you'll know who I'm talking about. I just watched a reaction of his and he said something that he was saying that another reaction channel was on point saying And he said something about new and tragedy, that Mark has woman issues. And I just want to point this out. Like I said, I'm not acting like egotistical like Mark, the rising tide, blah blah blah. I'm nowhere near that. But listen to me when I tell you, the last channel that I had pivoted and had mentioned a few things about ASI. I wasn't full on doing regular reactions, but I was certainly mentioning ASI and some of the goings on over there. And I'm going to tell you that I had already called the fact that Mark has woman issues, but I think it's kind of obvious to everybody whether they called it or not. Maybe this battery is going fast. Where is my charger? I had already called the fact that Mark has woman issues, and I keep saying that Mark has mommy issues. Now, I did not hear Tragedy say it, but Tragedy, as annoying as he can see things. He's one of those. He ain't playing slow like the rest of them. They had their head in the sand. Tragedy peeped it. Tragedy peeped it out pretty quickly, and he was on point. He was on point um with Mark. And some people very much so observe a lot more than others, and Tragedy's coming off like that person. And y'all know he can see it. And yes, Mark clearly has woman issues. If he didn't have woman issues, he wouldn't be the womanizing pig that he is. And just because you a womanizer don't mean you a pig. I know it's weird to say, but I honestly think that a person could be a womanizer and not a pig at the same time, if that makes sense. I do. Um, I do. I think a person could be a womanizer and not be a creep and a jerk to women. They just a womanizer. They just can't get enough. Maybe they finally got some and they blew their mind. The stuff be blowing people mind now, but they trying to be good to them. They just want a variety. And then there's the ones who are the creeps and the pigs, and that's Mark. He got woman issues. He got mommy issues. And I've been trying to put my finger on what is it? What's driving these mommy issues? Because he's probably never going to admit it. Listen, guys, I have no trauma. I have no trauma in my background. You guys can keep asking. I don't know what you're looking for. And he gets real arrogant and defensive. He goes into this character. That's how you also know he lying, because he switches up. This protective character comes out, and he goes, listen, every time he switches up, he's he start laughing, and that uncomfortable nervous laugh that he does, which also tells you that he's lying, right? Because he just would be talking, and then all of a sudden they start asking him, what kind of trauma is in your childhood? You always ask those questions to people. What kind of trauma is in your background? Listen, guys, you guys can keep asking. All you want to, you can keep asking. I keep telling you, there is no trauma in my background. All you look, you're never going to find it. Nothing ever happened to me. There is no trauma in my background. And I say all cap. All caps. Put that shit in all caps, because that motherfucker is lying. Nobody ends up like you and they didn't go through something. I just don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I also think that if you have normal attachment to the people that you're supposed to have that normal attachment to, then you naturally normally attach to the people that you would turn around and normally attach to. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, because everybody does. Well, I don't want to say it like that. Let me say it like this. I would say it this: he who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? But the reality is, people need companionship They need that togetherness. They need someone. They help each other. There's a difference in your life when you have that regular, consistent companion versus you're not having it. And see, you can argue the point that a person having different women and all of that does have companionship, but it's not the same. It's not that same. You don't get the same thing out of it that you do with you building a life with someone. It's just not the same. And I really do believe that people need that. And Mark, I just don't think Mark has the ability to even build that with someone because he's broken. He's clearly a broken person. And he does the weirdest, creepiest things too. Because I'm about to talk about one of the things that he recently did. And he's so disrespectful and violating. It's all these things are red flags. Like somebody privacy, taking that camera in the hospital room with Shiesty and the medical people and being in there working on her and you secretly recording. So if they would have put out some of her medical business, that would have streamed and he would have broadcasted it. But when it comes to himself, he doesn't want to tell his own story, keep it real, or put his real life out there. But with other people, he's constantly violating, talking about, yeah, 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 it's a part of the story. No, there are lines that you just don't cross. I don't care if you are running a story with someone, give people respect. And especially not just people, because he violates everyone when it comes to that. But he is something different with women. He don't care for women. And I think that's why people be saying that he's gay because he got this issue. It's an underlying, I ain't gonna lie, I want to say disdain. He got a problem with women. It's been obvious. And I think that's why people be saying that he gay. You could tell that he don't really like women like that. But I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if he goes both ways or not. I don't actually care. I do think that he likes meow. Okay. So he ain't straight up gay like that. But I just think that he got a problem with women and he likes meow. And that's why people call him gay. They wrong. I think they're wrong. I think they're wrong. He ain't gay like they're saying. He just got a problem with women. But at least you can tell that they can see it. That's just my opinion. And so yeah, and it's been obvious that he had a problem with women. Okay, and he got mommy issues, and I'm telling y'all, you don't have to take my word for it. The last time I was here, the last time I had a channel, it ended in 2024. And I'm trying to tell you that back then I was saying that this man got mommy issues. And back then he didn't mention his mom or his dad. He didn't mention his parents like that. He didn't. And all this stuff that he's saying now, I would have to go back and look at his videos. I don't remember him talking about coming from no two-parent household. I don't remember that. And I feel like I would have because he used to always ask people that whether they came from a two-parent household, um stuff like that. And even now he say he from east side of Atlanta. He said he back then he used to say he was from New York. He said he was from New York. He visited, was it Boston? He had ties to Boston. Everywhere he go, he visited Arizona. He had ties to Arizona. Everywhere he go, he tell him he got ties to. But he was telling people, somebody, come on, who been watching since way back then? Was he not telling everybody he was from New York? Cause he was. He kept telling everybody. And then one day, instead of, because people usually would answer his questions, and people weren't really asking him questions. And then one day, somebody asked him more questions about his upbringing, and that's when you found out, okay, he was born in New York, but he was basically raised in Atlanta. And I was like, and since he was little, because he usually, if you was born somewhere and you spent a decent amount of your childhood there, you still say you from there, baby, depending. But it seemed like he ain't. they left New York relatively early. So I'm like, that's weird. So if you spent most of your life in Atlanta, you might have been born in that place, but you kind of from that other place. You make sense, right? Don't that make sense? Hold on, let me see what my power doing. I gotta go grab this charger. Oh man. Excuse me, y'all. I'm still waking up, I guess. I'm trying to decide whether I want to drink a cup of coffee or not. I'm feeling pretty refreshed. Hell, I was out of there. I slept like a baby. But anyway, halfway want a cup of coffee. My stomach hurt though, but it might help my stomach feel better. I think I'm just gonna get my charger and another bottle of water. But y'all, anyway, something is up with Mark. And Mark, and again, that's what I was saying too. He never really, I don't remember, and I'm sure I would have remembered him talking about his parents. He didn't talk about his parents like that. All this stuff that he's saying recently, this is new. These are new developments. That's why I didn't even believe him. And this club he claimed that his father owned, you know what I want him to do? This what I want to do. The club, the restaurant, club, restaurant, whatever it was that Mark claims that his father owned, I want Mark to take us there. Apparently, and also, you know what else I want? Because you know this is Kiss, and if you know anything about Kiss, say it with me. I got questions. Y'all know I have questions. I want Mark to show us the spot that his father owned. I want Mark to tell us what happened to make his father come to no longer own the spot. And I want including why it did not stay in the family and Mark become the next owner, or Mark and his brother, why he over here chasing six-figure dreams and claiming that he been touching six figures and been a salesman since he was 23 years old. Why weren't you a salesman in your father's business? If your father was alive until recently and he had his own business, why weren't you working in his business? Why weren't you helping your father's business thrive? Why weren't you setting up to be the next generation to take over and run that spot? Can somebody ask this man some questions? And again, show us the spot. Do y'all want to know why I want to see it? Because I don't think he's going to show it. And go inside and talk to the new owners. They would know you then if it came from your family. Let me tell you why. Because if he showed that plate, this is my opinion now. Now, if I'm wrong, I will own it. Now, you know I will. Because I don't believe him. I don't believe him because if it was true, as arrogant and braggadocious as he is, he would have showed it. How come he never went to his pop's spot? How come? How come he never put that on film? How come? How come he didn't be like, hey, come to the family business? He claimed that he got such a huge following out here. Huh? I know I'm kind of going in a different direction, but I got a few things that I want to say. I know it's a kind of weird hour or whatever. I went to sleep early and woke up early. I was halfway waking up hearing them anyway. You know how people like to pop fireworks, just keep on popping, popping. Go get my charger because my phone is about to do a little thing. And I woke up with my stomach hurting. So I had to get me a bottle of water, maybe some agua, and give me a charger. Damn, I was exhausted. Anyway, let me just say this. Hold on one second. Yo, I gotta make an adjustment. Oh, God. Oh, goodness. Um, saying, no, I questions. And those are questions showed us his Pop's spot when Pops was alive. Okay, well, Pops is no longer with us. We want to see this spot, Mark. We want to see it. We want to see it. And we want you to tell us, how come you weren't advertising Pops' spot? How comes you weren't featuring the family business? Did you ever work in the family business? Because he always talking about the places that he works, but he never said that he worked in the family business. So if you and didn't he say when he took that trip with, damn, is that? Yep, I want water in there. Man, um, trying to decide if I should eat a banana. Is that gonna make my stomach feel better? No, but I should cut these bananas up. You know what? Yes, my stomach hurts, and guess what I'm about to do? Drink some Pepsi. What the hell am I thinking? I don't know, but it's happening. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It absolutely is. Is this open? Why is this like this? Okay. Oh, water in the in the sink. Must have been got frozen. Oh, perfect. Here we go. I was like, where's the cold water? The water must have froze. It was in the sink. Still might drink me some Pepsi though, y'all. That's what I want to know, y'all. Fair questions, right? Anybody else want to know the same thing? Don't you think? Listen to this. You catch the replay. Riddle me this. Do you believe that Mark is the type of person that would have bragged about the family business? Do even if it wasn't Mark's business, do you think that in Mark's father's being alive, do you think, excuse the sound of this ice. What the hell did I just drop something? Something just fell. Oh, it's my iPad. Do you think that in the time of Mark's father being alive, that Mark would have bragged? Excuse the ice shot. Hopefully it ain't too loud. But he would have bragged about his father's restaurant. I always found it odd since he's been mentioning it that he came out of the side of his neck talking about his pop's spot, his pop's place, giving this illusion of success. I'm not saying that it's 100% false because I don't know if it is 100% false or not. I do not know. But what I do know is that I find it odd that he's only recently mentioning this when he been had a channel and he never mentioned it before. But he claims it's not like he's saying, "Oh, Pops had recently acquired a restaurant." He did not recent. He didn't say that it was a recent accusation, acquiring, I should say, that he recently acquired it. He made it seem like Pops been had this spot, right? Pops Ben had this spot. So if Pops Ben had this spot, why you ain't been said something when you always saying something about something else? Why? Again, there's the question. Let me think. I want to fill that up. Yes, put some more water in there. Why? He could have even and and we see him from time to time. Check this out. We see Mark from time to time, even when his pops was alive, take people out to eat, right? We've seen him take people out to eat. How come he wasn't taking these folks to eat at his pop's restaurant? Wouldn't you want to put money back in the family business? And most of the time, like I already said, as far as passing the restaurant on, most of the time when people pass and they have a restaurant, they pass it on to their kids, especially in the case of you talking about you got a brother. So there was two boys and you as one of the sons who isn't doing that much with himself. Open the windows so that when the sun comes up, what time is it? Nope, well, It ain't right now, but I be done got up again by then. Still about to open these blinds. Still about to open the blinds though. They're gonna open it. And it is. Yep. Let me see something. 'Cause I'm thinking about moving these. Stretch this out like that. Yeah. Um. Yeah. There we go. That's good. Yeah. So those are some of my questions. Why wasn't he taking people to eat at his? Let me turn this other light on. How much juice I got in here? Why wasn't he taking people to eat when they go out to eat at his pop's location? Huh? And again, as a young man, why wasn't he learning the restaurant, the family restaurant business? And he got teenage daughters. He could have had his teenage daughters working at the spot. And Caribbeans, are known for working hard and hella jobs. And if they got a business, they damn sure be putting the kids to work in the business and teaching them that work ethic. But Mark, on the other hand, was outside hustling, um, you know, and getting down with homeless people and trying to connect himself to people that were doing lesser than in life so he can feel better about his standings in life. He didn't even talk about um mom and pop in a two-parent household too much until recently, but he always wanted to know. I feel like if you're gonna ask people, excuse me, that sounded weird because I'm twisting and getting myself reset. Oh shit, I left my ice. Damn it to hell. I just sat down and got comfortable and realized I left my cup of ice. I gotta get up and get it. I'm thirsty, but I gotta charge my phone too. Okay, I got enough juice. Like, man. Oh goodness. Oh goodness me. Let me put this over here. I just want to know why, why. If he wanted to answer, he wants people to give transparency, then he needs to give transparency. The request and demand is not even a request, it's a demand for transparency for a few bucks. Is not respected unless he reciprocates. Now, I want to hear his answer. Now, a lot of times I be having questions and I'll be telling y'all that I don't want to hear his answer because he's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's never going to tell you that he got problems with the fact that his mama allowed, what she allowed. And I believe that some of that stuff he said is true when it comes to that. Um, but I think that he probably regrets even sharing that at this point because he don't want to be criticized. He wants to do the criticizing and he wants you to understand it's narcissistic. I think he wants people to understand and empathize with some things that he shares, like things of the nature of traveling with the pops and the pops being a womanizer. And I also think that he, as a woman, I'm glad I put my watch on the charger. I ain't know that thing had popped up out of here on me. And guess what, y'all? As I sit down, I realize I forgot to grab a straw, and I am not getting back up. I'm not. And let me pour not over the couch because I keep inadvertently dropping stuff. Ooh, ooh wee. And I'm glad I did that because, baby, that phone just went over a little. Where's Pepsi? Hold on. And I just washed my throat 2 days ago. I say yesterday because I let it air dry overnight. So I got me a freshly cleaned throat. It was dry by yesterday. 1 second. Is it me or the soda just don't have as much oomph? Excuse me, like it used to. It don't have as much oomph like it used to. It just doesn't. And I gotta take out my soda streamer and start using it. Ooh, why I'm such a heavy pourer. Ooh, excuse me. I gotta hit mute. I don't mean to keep belching. Mm. I mean, but come on, y'all. Y'all ain't got the same questions. Don't it make sense? Somebody that wants you to think that they come from such success and everything, but he ain't being transparent about that. What's the backstory with the business? I want somebody to give details too. Ask him for details. I hope he realizes. No, I ain't gonna say it. I was gonna ready to say something that's gonna make him never tell. I think he did say the name of the business. I'm gonna have to listen next time. But if you know, you know. I'm just not going to say what I'm not going to say because let's see if he's going to respond to it. But if you know, then you know that we can find out. Because I'll tell y'all, it's another group that I do reactions in, the LA sector. Somebody in that sector said and has told multiple times and maintains that they owned a business, called out the actual name of the business and said the location of the business. Immediately, I said she is lying straight through her teeth. And then I was able to confirm that that was, in fact, not true. But how can you confirm it? That's where I guess I'll just be quiet. But I probably already just said too much. But excuse me, I didn't mean to belch. Sometimes I know I'm gonna belch, sometimes I don't. That one I didn't feel coming. I don't know how that happens, but that's the story of my life. So my bad. Excuse me, y'all. Um, show us, show us. So I'm about to wrap up on that, but I'm just emphasizing and emphasizing and emphasizing us. Not only tell us the name of it, tell us the street it was on. He probably did that. Show us the building. Go there and get some food. Go there and talk to the owners. You ain't even got to do that. When you roll past, when you in the neighborhood, Mark, turn that camera on and show us day or night. Show us that spot that you claim that your pops owned. Okay. And also, I want to point out to y'all, first of all, just to be clear, I don't believe him. And then the other thing is, there's lots of times where people claim to own a spot and they're leasing it or renting it. So there's also a possibility that a person can live and say, "Ooh, I own a such and such," and then they can pass and it doesn't go down the line because they never actually owned it. They leased a building from someone that was never going to be an option to own, and the spot was never outright theirs. But I don't even believe that to be the case because there was no talk of it until recently, and there's never been a showing of it, and the pops only recently passed. The channel existed for years before the father passed away. So where did this restaurant talk come from? I'm trying to tell you, the man is in all caps screaming at you in all caps. Okay? So there is that. um there's plenty of y'all that are in ATL that know these places, y'all, born and raised. Sometimes people don't even leave a neighborhood, they don't go very far from that. So y'all know, and so y'all would know spots. And then there's the people who gets to know um people that they'll be knowing who work there, they'll be knowing who own it or whatever. And it's also a small world. You feel me? Well, actually, let me be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet about the business for now because y'all know how Mark is. And so, he's screaming in all caps with that lie. Debunked the fact that I'm calling you a liar. Debunked it. Debunk, show the people that you really are telling the truth about Pops and Pops' spot. Show us. Prove it to us. Prove it or it didn't happen. And answer those questions. And y'all should be asking those questions as well. Since he want to do interviews and stuff. See, I feel like when you interview a person like him though, you gotta be careful because I feel like they'll pop down off the interview because they get mad when you pushing them. And then the way he was talking to on the interview, what channel was that on? I'm on my device. I can't look right now. Or I would actually call your channel name out. I promise you I would, because I do like to give people credit. But he got interviewed. Just remember the thumbnail was like black and red and something and yellow. And it said, it was an interview that was broken up into parts 1, 2, and 3. I'll come back and I will say the name for sure. Um, but they were interviewing him, and it was one lady asking him questions, and he was like, yeah, yep, I know about you. And why are you being, and I was like, what the F is wrong with this dude? She wasn't doing anything wrong. She wasn't. She was asking questions. She was very firm. You know what I mean? She was trying to get him to just answer, or you know what I mean? Like and then she wouldn't let him do what he does. And he was trying to make, she was difficult or something. And I'm like, see, that's that attitude that you got towards woman. That's those woman issues, aka those mommy issues. Cause men, when they have woman issues, it's mommy issues. That's what it is. You could say, somebody say woman issues, if especially a man calling it woman issues. Guess what? Woman issues, newsflash men. Newsflash men, woman issues are mommy issues. Okay? A men that have women issues translates to mommy issues. Okay? Newsflash. Hello. Yeah. So that's what it is. It's mommy issues. And the mommy issues translates to problems with women. Yeah. That's what Mark got. Okay, and the guy that I was talking about, the channel with the all black, he calls it, this is the guy that he calls him Shorty Mar. That's the one I'm talking about. He referred to another channel that he was like, said something about it being new, where he's saying that he got woman issues, or maybe he had recently heard it, but I'm like, I don't know. And he said tragedy, but I'm like I said, a lot of people didn't know me when I was here before. It's not like I was huge or anything. I was really, really small, just like I am now. But I think some of us had been seeing it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So yeah. So Mark, he a mess. And some things have to be lacking. I think they say that people become narcissists because either they were put on a pedestal. This is what they used to say. They were put on a pedestal when they were younger, and they end up being a narcissist because they were overvalued and put on a pedestal. And I thought to myself, like when I originally heard the definition of a narcissist years ago at this point, I thought to myself, no, because when I heard the definition, I immediately reflected on even people that I know. I was like, oh, that's so and so, that's so and so, that's so and so. And they said they was put on a pedestal and over, valued basically. And I'm like, no, it's got to be more to it, because no, no, and no. And now they're saying that it was something significantly lacking. You know what I mean? So it's either one of two things. One, they was either put on a pedestal and overvalued, or either there was something significantly lacking, and then that's how the child themselves compensated for it, and they turned into this narcissist. And I'm like, now that makes more sense. And I would say that might be the situation that's going on with Mark. You know what I'm saying? And he was lacking some things. And what I heard the creator that calls him Shorty Mar, he was talking about the dad's briefcase, and what Mark may have seen in dad's briefcase. And I was like, now you talking. Now you own to something. Because I keep on talking, I'm listening. I was like, oh, now we getting to it. You feel me? We might be getting to unpacking some stuff that Mark don't want to unpack. What did Mark really see in dad's briefcase? How dad's briefcase has such an impact on him that he named his unethical disgusting homeless people corn dad's briefcase. Mm. And what type of people was dad hooking up with? Dad's briefcase? Not just what the gentleman that calls him Shorty Mar, because I'm saying that because I can't think of his, I should have looked at his channel name right before I started this. But if y'all have been watching me for a while, y'all know some people that I subscribe to, I don't be looking down at their channel name like that. So I don't always know everybody's channel name unless it's one of those people are saying it a lot in the video that you're listening to or whatever, then I'll be like, "Oh, that's so and so." Other than that, I don't always know everybody's channel name unless I literally intentionally look at it and commit it to memory or whatever. Well, I mean, if I really look at it, then I know, or like I said, other than that, it be I saw you was talking about it. I watched the video. I subscribe when I see your stuff. I watch it, but I don't ever really pay attention to the channel name. So I can't call everybody's name, but I will go back and look at the two channels I reference. And next time I will call out their channel names. But one of them well anyway, so he's on to something with the what was in dad's briefcase and what Mark watched out of that briefcase. Was he watching some stuff between, I mean, not watching like that. Now he is a creep, but I'm not going to say he intentionally watched his parents do some stuff. But what did he see? What did he see in that briefcase? And also, was dad busting down homeless folks or less advantaged people? What's that story? What impression did dad's briefcase make on Mark to the point that he done named his uh messed up corn site uh for whatever he saw in his dad's briefcase? And what was mom allowing dad to get her into that makes Mark be, in the words of the gentleman, the deviant that he is? You know what I'm saying? I laugh because every time he called him a deviant, I just laugh because he calls him an actual deviant. And it's funny to me because it's kind of accurate. You feel me? Not kind of, but it is. So it's really accurate. And anyway, what did he see? What was dad doing? And what did dad have in that briefcase? His own, was it dad's himself doing stuff? Is that why Mark likes to record himself? What was dad having groups of women and women doing stuff? Is that why Mark likes groups and demand that women don't tell him no, and you know what I mean? They have to agree to group stuff and let him have whoever he wants. Cuz a lot of times children see what they see with their parents and they grow up and they emulate the same thing. You know, some people have the ability to be like, that wasn't right, or I didn't like that, you know, but I'm going to be different. And then there's the ones who watched it and it was messed up. And guess what? They turn around and do the exact same thing. Some people call that generational curses. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because Mark likes to talk about stuff like that, you know. Uh, so, what Mark should do, okay, well, before I say that, so I think that it's not far fetched that Mark saw dad doing some things from whatever him and his brother saw from breaking into, and he brought his brother into it. So narcissistic. They always got to bring somebody else into it when the heat is on them. It wasn't just me, as if that makes it better. He might be lying on his brother, so let me take his brother back out of this. um Whatever he saw when he was breaking into dad's briefcase, which, let's be real too, it ain't that hard to break into a briefcase. Them briefcase had locks on them. I don't know about y'all, those of us from my generation, but I never had an issue getting into a briefcase. That might be I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't give a damn if the briefcase was locked. I never had an issue getting in a briefcase. Oh man, I shouldn't tell on myself. Oh man, this ain't about me, so I ain't gonna talk about that. But I never had an issue getting into a briefcase. But I ain't never seen no crap like what he talking about in no briefcase too. Let me just clarify for the record. I'm not implying none of that. I don't know what he talking about. That's where people store that stuff. Okay, I guess so. So your dad was a businessman, and what he had in his briefcase was his corn. That's weird. And it also doesn't sound true. Like it might have been something in there, but it had to be more. It had to be more because VHS tapes, they take up more space than that. So there had to be something else. There had to be more. It had to be more. And then magazines are thick and heavy and all that kind of stuff. And people would have, I guess, I don't know if they had subscriptions or what. I ain't gonna go that far with it, but it seems like it's more to it. And there's always more that he's not saying. Although he demands transparency. You're not getting this little five little funky dollars or $20 in an economy like this if you don't give complete transparency. What the hell you gonna do with $20? Anywho, moving on. Moving on. Um, Yeah, I just think it must have had more of an impression on him because of the fact that the briefcase, that is, because of the fact he even named his stuff after the briefcase, even though he was a little kid sneaking and looking at stuff that kids ain't got no business really looking at. So yeah, so I don't know, it's weird. It's just weird. And it had a weird effect on him because look, if it didn't, why is he the way he is? Why is he a ex addict, in my opinion? At this point, I've decided he's an ex addict. The way he acts, and he's very much so disrespectful. He disrespects women. He always has though. If you guys look at his early videos, that's why I'm telling you I was calling it before. He was always very much so demeaning and different in the way that he speaks to women, and he's very much so a chauvinist, very much so, which, listen, another element of it, if you ask me, too often men that haven't done much with themselves, they be chauvinistic, and it's crazy. You over here lagging in life, bro. Your pockets is touching. Mark finally got a little bit of money, his new money, and he ain't balling out of control. He's still scratching and surviving and trying to figure it out. Yeah, the money, he got more money coming in now probably than he ever has. It's new money. But it's not like he about to be a millionaire. Not where he's at this very moment. And it literally be the ones who be having they pockets is not swollen and overflowing. They be the chauvinists. It's wild. It's was like, yo, you ain't even got enough cash to have that ego. Calm down, bro. You as a man, you supposed to have more money. What the hell is you doing with yourself? You out here hustling, trying to say, I sold life insurance. Okay, well, tell us more, because we know you was outside giving out Obama phones. And those jobs definitely didn't pay much. Please don't play with me because I damn sure, no, I never had no Obama phone, but I definitely had conversations with the people that was giving them away. And I know what type, those type of jobs was like those census jobs. Okay. They were like those census jobs. And so you wasn't balling. And it again, so if they like the census jobs, they like little temporary little situations. You ain't had it wasn't even so that means it's no stability in that because it did not last. So you go from this to that to that to that. But your pops over here had a whole family business, let you tell it. Let's bring it back around to that. Pops had a whole family business, okay, successful restaurant, okay, for years and decades, right? Right? But you over here hustling Obama phones. You at the airport tricking people into signing up for credit cards. You see what I'm saying? You over here filming yourself on a cell phone, uh a gay corn and putting it in your website called Dad's Briefcase to get a couple of dollars in your pockets is giving again new money. And like I said, and I started saying that because I was saying a lot of times men that don't have nothing going on be the most egotistical, chauvinistic, like sit down somewhere, or whatever. And of course, I had to bring it back to the restaurant because I got questions because your story is not adding up, mister. Your story not add. Oh, charge it. Hey, charge it. What's up, boo? Charge it in the building. Charge it to the gang. Say kiss. Good morning, charge it, boo. How you doing? Rita Williams in the building. She said Grand Rising, kiss and chat. Grand Rising, Rita. How you doing? Queenie is in the building. Queenie said kiss. And chat, hey Queenie Boo. Good morning, ladies. Y'all, I went to sleep so early yesterday and I woke up also, I don't know, late night, early morning type vibes or whatever. So I wanted to do a reaction. So I said, well, let me go on and do it because I gotta get up and do a couple of things and I want to vacuum and stuff, but I gotta wait a few hours because I don't want to be obnoxious vacuuming while the house is quiet and everything. It's just too early. It ain't vacuuming hours, but I put some carpet fresh and stuff down. I actually put it down 2 days ago, if I'm being real. Put it down a little bit of I don't know about y'all, but when I usually will sprinkle little bit of baking soda and then I'll put down a little bit of carpet fresh and I'll leave it for a couple of I usually leave it for a day or so, but yesterday wasn't it was too much going on yesterday. And I wait till hours are decent, and then I'm about to vacuum and stuff. And then I'm about to buff the kitchen floor. Might as well go on and get it done. But these machines make too much noise. So let me get my reaction in and everything. But y'all know I got questions. And so Mark's story never added up for me anyway. And I also feel like if he really came from a two-parent household, why he wasn't telling people that um early on? Why wasn't he telling people that early on? Or was he? But I don't remember him saying that. I'm not going to 100% say that he didn't. Maybe he said it from time to time, but I don't recall him saying that until recently. And when I say day one, I was on his channel very, very early on. And when he used to do just regular interviews, I did watch those interviews. Usually when they dropped. Um, and I was trying initially to give him the benefit of the doubt, talking under people's clothes. You know how he's phrasing it. When people are, he says why he want to know why people talking under his clothes. See, the rules don't apply to him. But he been talking under people's clothes since day one. When you asking people questions like I'm gonna ask it and they're gonna get on me for this, but I'm gonna ask anyway. So did anything ever happen to you when you were younger? And let's say a person goes, what do you mean? Cause some of them be eager, like, yeah. And I'd be like, are they just lying? Cause I felt like some of them people just thought that the worse their story was, the more likely it was for them to get help. Cause they thought he was one of the people that could get him access to help. Now the streets know that's not the case. And then other ones are, what do you mean? And he's like, well, I mean, did anybody ever touch you or anything? And then he's like, and they'll be like, yeah, when I was a kid, I got molested. Then he started framing it to say like, well, I have daughters, and I'm just surprised at how many people say that it happened to them. And so I can understand for my daughters. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, like, I was like, okay, that's fair. That's fair. So I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt of like, okay, he's trying to be like protective or whatever and get an understanding of this so he can protect his daughters from it. But the truth always reveals itself. And it just turned out he was a creep. And including, using it to his advantage. He turned the camera off, and now he want to have this different level of access um with um these females. And I just feel like he was using whatever information that he gained from the interview and about their trauma to his benefit, or at least he tried. Westy being a corn star, and he going up in that thing. um Monique being seemingly, well, not seemingly, she was on psych meds and going up in it unstrapped, gave her all kinds of stuff. Um and then and the list of people goes on and on and on, and it started with him getting their story like predatory people, because it's not only men that are predatory, like predatory people do. They will use the information they have to their advantage against you for their own personal gain. When these people were just being open, Charger said, she said, hey boo, she said, I just knew to check in because yo tell yo tell be going live 33 times a day. She said, I'm still catching up on Friday. She said, congratulations, boo. She said, 1,000 solid, period, pull, period, period. Ooh, wee. Thank you so much, Charger, boo. I appreciate it. You already know. And I almost waited because I woke up and I'm like, man, ain't nobody up. But I said, no, I wanted to do this reaction. Let me get it out the way before I start doing stuff and everything, because I got stuff that I need to take care of. And then I got episode 5 later today. So I really got stuff that I need to take care of before episode 5. But I wanted to do this reaction, and I kind of been lacking and neglecting my ASI reactions, although I have been watching. I'm trying to keep caught up on everything. So thank you, boo. I appreciate it. I appreciate you so much. Yes, yes, yes. But you already know. Yeah, I'm subject to be live or anything at any time. And I could have did a video or whatever, but I just decided to go on and go live and do it. Um uh I woke up and I said, let me go ahead and knock it out. And it's funny, I just thought about something. When I first woke up, my stomach was hurting. And I drank me a bottle of water, and I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and my stomach does not hurt anymore. It's still a little bit tight. It's still a little bit tight. That's what happened when you be eating all kind of stuff. It was the holiday, but I think I'm gonna be okay, because it was definitely hurting a little bit when I first woke up, but I think I'm gonna be fine. I think I'm gonna be fine. Yes, yes, Rita. I did. That's the reason I was doing it too. That's why I started my early morning chit chat. That's why I started my car chronicles, cuz I was like I need to get these hours up. But between that and between everybody supporting me and catching my replays and stuff, like I went from lagging on watch hours to like snap my fingers and they jumped and I hit it. So I was like, cool, cool, cool. Charger said, we lit in this ish. Uh she said, rock it out, kiss. Period, period. Period, period. Yeah, I had to catch up on my ASI. And I got the crap bucket series going on, but now that I got my StreamYard going, we can talk about ASI too or whatever over there because the ASI goings on be crazy or whatever. But I wanted to build my channel up some more before I got back on StreamYard. I know StreamYard is more expensive. And I was telling y'all, I mean anybody who was in here earlier, I called Diva's replay. Diva said the StreamYard be having sales on Black Friday. Shit, you ain't saying nothing but a word. I had no idea, but I'm damn sure about to catch that Black Friday sale. Please believe that. And will. And absolutely will. Yep, sure is. Gonna catch I'm definitely about to catch that Black Friday sale. So I'm so glad that she said that. Rita said, when you going to I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So they be a few days behind with recognizing your stuff, which I'm not mad about. So they just I mean it said the number said it, but yesterday was the first day that it gave me like the confetti thing to say like, "Hey, congratulations." So, so now I'm working on it. I was getting ready, but I could have did it already at the 500. Well, first of all, actually, let me take that back. When I got to 500, I was at 500, but I did not have the hours. But when I finally hit the hours, um, I was gonna do it and I was dragging, but listen, hey, here we are. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Um, yeah. I don't know. It happened. It was different last time. Last time I had my hours in less than a week. I feel like I want to say less than a week. It was definitely less than 2 weeks. I'm talking about I'm sure it was less than a week. I literally had my hours in a matter of days. But it was that thousand that came a little slow, like building up to 500. And the last time I was here, that 500 thing became a thing while I was here. It wasn't a thing when I first got here. And the difference in the watch hours, it was literally the way things are for 1,000 now. That's what it was. And then while I was here they made a change to it and lowered the level or whatever. But anyway, here we are right now and I'm grateful for the way it is and how everything worked out. Who is that? Diva the boss in the building. What's up, Diva Boo? I just mentioned you. I was watching your replay. um, I was watching your replay. I think you did it yesterday, right? Man, yeah. Oh man, that was fire. That was fire. You and Glam was up on the panel. That was real good. And Bama hit that link. Y'all talk about them cutties. That cut you off. Who we? It was a good replay. It was a good replay. Oh, and those what you call them things? They was in there talking about them on the rocks. Them on the rocks, baby. Them they had you on the rocks. Them on the rocks. I had you on the rocks. I got a on the rocks margarita up in the fridge. Every time I look at that thing, I walk right past it. I walk right past that thing. I say, "Oh no, and I'm straight on those. I'm straight on them." And I think I had what was the other one I bought? Whichever one got I don't want to say the wrong one. I don't remember what the other one. I bought two of them. I drank the other one, but it had me feeling sick. I say, "Nah, I can't do this." Every time I look at that margarita, I walk right on past that boy. I said, "Listen, I used to be strong when I was a young lady. That Alizé had me calling Earl. That on the rocks make me feel like Alizé. But I ain't no young lady no more. I ain't trying to be over nobody toilet hugging that thing. I'm too old for that." I get down on the floor, my knee is gonna be like, what the hell is you doing? My back, my knee, everything. It ain't the same. Oh no, I ain't trying to do all that. Oh, but it was a good conversation though. If y'all ain't catch Divas replay, y'all go check it out. Um, she said, okay, yes. Charge it. She said, oh, y'all speaking. Diva. She's speaking. Rita said, yep, y'all speaking, y'all speaking. Oh, and Diva, I said it earlier in this, but I don't know if you probably just came in here. Y'all was asking about one man. One man been over there on ASI. He been in the ASI group. I guess you probably haven't seen him, no, but he be on people's channels that be reacting to ASI goings on. That's where I've seen him. Now, unless somebody else got the same channel name, which I doubt, that's him. But yeah, he be in the comment section. I haven't actually looked at his channel. I don't even know. I don't even know if I have him because I had him on my thing before. But it was some channels I couldn't find when I came back, and then other ones I needed people calling channel name. So I don't know. I doubt that he's doing any reactions or whatever. But anyway, that's where he because I did hear you say sometimes he'll be over in other sectors and whatnot. But yeah, that's where he been. He been over there with the ASI shenanigans. She said, I ain't seen him over there. What? She said, should I put out a hootie hoo? She said, who see if he make yes, yes, yes. It's he be they be on late at night. You heard of I think I hope I say this right. But if I say it wrong, you will know who I'm talking about. FIPYO or something like that. I think that's their channel. You know what I'm talking about? They a couple and they be reacting and they be on the late night. I seen him in their chat, them calling him out. But he's been in a couple of comment section. Um Definitely in the ASI group. That's where I've seen him. If he anywhere else, I don't know. Um Y'all, I'm gonna put y'all on pause for just a minute. Excuse the delay, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. Knocked over my hat. Drink me a little bit of water. A little bit of water. Ooh, wee. Da 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 da. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Let me see. She said, I know who you talking about. She said, I ain't seen him over there, though. Dang. Okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they be talking they talk, get doing they thing. And Mark over there being disrespectful, talking about this a man and a woman, y'all. Oh, let me see. Charger said, oh my goodness, Alizé Hypnotic, that Wonder Woman, she said used to be my drink in the 90s. Okay. Period. Cause that back to the 90s with them drinks. Whoo, that stuff was a mess. That stuff would get you lit. And let me tell you something. Then came along my cousin. This funny. Cause my cousin now, you would never know. She is a church going woman. Okay. Reformed. I don't want to call her an alkie, but we show the hell used to call her an alkie. Okay. I don't even think she drink. I don't think she drink though. She is a church going family woman. She went and got her education on and all the things. But back then, child, that as if Alizé wasn't strong enough, this thing called Absolute, I guess it came out. She told us it was new. She was always the one with the, that one that be with the new stuff. Ooh, it's something new. And they before they started calling it pregame, and I didn't know it was called pregame. We come together and hang out before we go out. And she got the Alizé. I mean, not Alizé, the Absolute. And she like, we gotta put Absolute in our Alizé. Oh, we put a shot of Absolute in the Alizé. Listen, if you haven't ate good and drank plenty of water and still don't do it too much, you absolutely gonna be calling Earl the next day. Just don't do it. But the good news is she was still at home and my auntie would take care of all of us. So we just go out, come back to their house, hang out, and we all wake up sick the next day. And my auntie was taking care of everybody. She would take care of everybody. Oh boy, but we were getting it in. Sure did. Or we'll drive wherever we was going and we'll sit outside and we'll party in the car and get lit and then go inside. Oh my gosh, those was the days. But it definitely resulted in plenty of calling on my former friend Earl. And I don't want to call him no more. So I had to be like, listen, on the rocks. I cannot do you. I cannot do you. Okay. I don't want to be friends with Earl. I don't want to call him no more. Okay. But she said, them incredible hawks. She said, yes, Diva. Oh, wait. Oh, it was a lot to handle. It was a lot. It was a lot to handle. It was a lot to handle. But see, I don't know what happens when you get older, but that mojo be gone. That mojo be gone. Okay? Can't drink the way you used to. I was knocking them back with the best of them when it came time to knock them back. But it did result in a lot of calling on Earl. But the calling on Earl too also goes with the lack of hydration. You feel me? And stuff like that. It does. It goes with you need water and all that kind of stuff. And you got to make sure you eat. But what's most important is the intake of plenty of water. And people really do be thinking that water takes down they high, but it's not true. The lack of hydration will have your ass over the toilet for the entire next day and a couple of them if you don't. I don't know what it is about the aging process and the calling on Earl, but the older version of me will call Earl and be down for days. Like what Bama was saying, what Diva was talking about when Bama said what Diva was down for 3 days. I like, listen, first of all, in real life, you will be down 2 to 3 days. It's something about the aging process and calling on. I mean, I'm not saying Diva was calling Earl, but I'm just saying that like that sickness hits different. Even if it's just a headache, that thing be lingering. Like, damn, can you get up out of here? I used to get sick, and about the next night, I was starting to feel better, and we might have did it again. Cause my come talking about that same cousin that was always putting us up on something, she'd be like, "Oh, well, you got a hangover? Start drinking again. That's how you get away with it. Make it go away." No, I don't want to throw up. Absolute. It's too expensive. Oh man. Oh man. Y'all know. Look at Diva. Oh, y'all are funny. Maybe we should get Mark to tell us how he does it, because I think Mark drinks a whole lot. I do. I know he didn't put Ant out there, and we can see that Ant drinks a whole lot, but I think that Mark drinks a whole lot more than we see. I should have put some more ice in my cup while I was up. Diva said that's what Bama tried telling me. Oh, she said I didn't trust it. Oh, what? She said, get out of here. She told you to drink. She told you to drink. Oh, hell no. That's a setup for failure. You'll mess around and be even sicker. What they say now. They say drink. They say eat bread. They say all of that. I ain't buying it. Excuse me. Hopefully y'all didn't hear me swallow. That was kind of hard. Diva said, "Yeah, she wanted me to drink more." Oh, wait. Oh no, drink more water. Hell, and hope you could keep it down. That's it. Ooh, wee. That's why I don't mess with Moscato, y'all. Like everybody like that Moscato. Oh, that reminds me. Did that wine go in the freezer? Shit, I just thought about something. I put wine in. I think I put wine in the freezer and then I fell asleep. I hope that it is not still in the freezer or it's gonna make a mess. Y'all, I was talking about Stella too. When I went to the store the other day, I bought some. I don't even drink Stella like that because it's too sweet. And I'll be watching my sugar. Oh, thank God. Thank God somebody took it out the fridge. I like, damn, that Stella about burst. Nope, it ain't in there. I mean, freezer. It ain't in there. I do not want to clean up that mess. But I can't, that's even like that Moscato. I can't mess with that Moscato. Moscato makes me sick. I don't know why. Moscato do me like liquor. If I drink liquor, too much liquor, because I ain't gonna even hold you. I can put some Stella back. That Stella Rose, I could throw it back. But let me do Moscato the same way. I'm gonna wake up calling Earl. So me and Moscato do not get along. Do not. But I bought some Stella a couple of days ago. Um, that was gonna be my drink on the holiday, but I didn't end up consuming alcohol. But that's also because I was drinking some Casamigos on Friday when I was doing that live. I was kind of sleepy yesterday, but I didn't end up drinking it. So I might be drinking some Stella Rose tonight. She said, oh, okay. She says, so so yeah, I think Mark be consuming a whole lot of alcohol too, just like his buddy Ant. That's probably why he linked with Ant the way that he did. That's also probably why he was with Polo the way he was. Over there having him a drinking buddy or whatever, so a drinking buddy that he feels better than, like he's in a better position than his drinking buddy. Um, so, but I also was talking about his disrespectful ways. Um I wanted to point out too how Mark went into Shicey Feisty's I went off topic. Let me get back on topic, which actually is kind of morning chit chat. So it's a little this and a little that. I'm gonna change the title because y'all know how morning chit chat goes. This is kind of going like morning chit chat. But to ASI, Mark recorded himself going into sneaking into Shicey's hospital room. Now, I don't always be looking at the screen, but I was looking at the screen because I knew he was going to show the floor. This is supposedly people aren't supposed to know because people have came up there, they have called about Shiesty, and also they have they had to move Shiesty. So we should not know where she is in the hospital. But he's always saying that he is concealing people's information. He shows their phone numbers, he shows their hotel room numbers. Even when he says that, oh, I'm over here because I don't want to show your room number. He literally edits his videos before he posts them. So if we can see that he showed the hotel room number in it, we can see it. I mean, if we can see it, he saw it when he edited. And you have an ability to blur it out. So why wouldn't he blur out that kind of information? But also if you're on the second floor and you showing the ground, we're gonna be able to see that as well. So Shiesty, I'm sure everybody saw, is on the fourth floor. And we know that because Mark filmed that when he got off the elevator. He could have easily re-angled that phone or blurred out which floor it was when he edited the video. And by the way, I'm a rookie editor. I be lazy about editing, I will admit that. But it's not that hard. And it's not hard to blur out a number, especially for a second. Effortless. He could have blurred it out. He could have covered it up. Easy peasy. It was literally a millisecond. The most difficult part about blurring it would have been getting the location proper because it was such a short excerpt. That would have been the most challenge. It's easy. So there's no excuse for him showing her the floor that she's on. Okay. And then he snuck into the room. And when he was walking, he had on my fucking gray sweatpants and he put the fucking phone on his junk. And I'm like, what are you trying to prove Shiesty wrong when she called you? Okay, I'm gonna rephrase what Shiesty described him as. Schmedium. I'm gonna put it in my own words. She described him as schmedium. Is that why he discussed? I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to vomit. Did he just, and I promise you, about to vomit. Like, don't do that no more. Don't nobody want to see. Did we sign up for dad's briefcase? We don't want to see your junk. And well, okay, maybe it depends on who you are. She said about 7 inches. Okay, so that's medium, right? It's 7 inches medium. I think that's medium. So that's what she said. And the people that saw the dad's briefcase, they already know. Okay. And then the other thing is, so you putting the camera on your junk? Why? It wasn't an accident. He's a creep and a pervert. And he was wearing gray sweatpants, knowing he was going to the hospital room to see Shiesty, who he already had secretly taken down through there, and it recently got revealed. Up there with tragedy. And then he puts the camera of all places on his junk. Nobody discussed. I almost turned the video off because it low key pissed me off because he's such a boundary bursting pervert. If people don't want to see your junk, don't flash it. Don't. Why would you do that? Because he's a nasty little man. That's why. Disgusting, inappropriate, disrespectful, nasty, perverted, creepy man. That's why. And again, he edits the videos before he posts them. So he absolutely saw that he put that stuff on his junk, but he did that on purpose anyway. That was intentional because he got something to prove. Prove what to who? You are damaged goods. You can deal with the homeless population. You can deal with women that are insecure. You're not going to have too many women you're going to deal with. You damaged goods out there freaking every damn thing. I wouldn't care if you didn't have anything. It's only a certain population of women that's going to deal with a man that's been freaking all kinds of things. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And who won't even commit. Now you on your second baby mama and your third child, and you out here wilding. Nah, man. Mm-mm. Don't nobody want you. Let me look at the comment section. I mean, somebody who think they can come up or get something from you. And Shiesty is the come up queen. So she probably threw him a little poo nani because she thought it might benefit her because that's how she rolls. That don't mean she wanted you for real. It doesn't seem like it. Um, Charger said, "Oh, y'all know we going back and forth between ASI and other talk." She said, when I met my husband, he was a collector of fine wines. So all of that changed." She said, "We love a wine cellar." Wait, she said we have a wine cellar. So the change came because of convenience. She said now it's preferred. She said I think women look more classy with wine. Okay, period. Yeah, yeah. And you sip on it or whatever and enjoy it and everything. Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's cool though. Ooh. A wine cellar. Ooh, that's nice. So y'all storing wine, but does that mean, charge it? Does that mean y'all are like having barrels and like aging wine as well? Or are you guys just storing like different like levels and classifications of wine? Stuff like that. I'm curious. Um, yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. TMC is in the building. Good morning, TMC. Welcome in, TMC. How are you doing? Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you guys are feeling good on this lovely Sunday. Y'all know I could get to talking or whatever. I can't believe how long I've been on here. I just been over here just talking and talking, and I woke up early and actually now I'm starting to, now that my stomach is feeling a little bit better, I'm thinking about taking me a nap. I gotta get up and turn this light off. I didn't turn the lights on, and I done went in the living room and turned the lights on and everything. And my stomach was hurting, which is what woke me up. I had to drink water and all kinds of stuff. I needed some ginger ale, but I didn't have any. I had Pepsi and water, and that's what I drank. And my stomach is starting to feel better, and now I'm thinking about taking me a nap. Oh man, now I'm thinking about taking me a nap before I start the day, since I can't vacuum anyway for a few hours. I don't want to make too much noise. Lakeisha Bass in the building. Good morning. She said good morning, Kiss. And chat. Good morning, Lakeisha. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody woke up feeling good. I hope you all slept well. I hope and I pray that you have a really, really good day. I hope y'all had a good holiday too. If y'all celebrate, I noticed yesterday that the celebrations, like a lot of people, I don't think people celebrate the way they used to. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people, wait, I meant to unplug this that was charging. I did not plug it back up when I sat down. I don't think people celebrate the way they used to. I feel like people were celebrating more on Juneteenth. And I think that Independence Day, people just don't on July 4th, they don't celebrate as much. I'm glad to have both of them be a holiday because those are long weekends back to back, and I'm never going to be mad about that. But yeah, I think people don't really celebrate the way they used to. Um Charges said it gets to be expensive. He's been a collector for over 35 years. Wow. Oh, we. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, wow. That's cool too. That's really cool. Nice. Cause they say, shoot, them bottle of wine, boy. When they get to aging and people finally drink them, I've watched shows where they taste the different ones. It's a unique experience. She said, I'm just delayed, Kiss. She said, not trying to get you off topic. She said, although I don't know who you are talking about. She said, I listen to support you anyway. No, you fine, charge it. You fine. I bop back and forth sometimes because I'll start talking about something, then I'll start talking about something else. And then as people respond about the other thing, I just go back to that and go back. I hope it's not bothersome to people that I'm doing it like that. And thank you so much. I'm talking it's Atlanta Street interviews. This guy that interviews homeless people. And but he does more than just interview them. He does a whole lot of creepy things and he's a creep. So, like I was saying, he flashed that camera on his junk, like disgusting. And I mean that for real. He's a womanizer, so he probably thinking, oh, how chauvinistic men are. If a woman has an opposing point of view, they think, oh, she's this, she's that. Wrong answer. What I really am is a woman who wants to be respected, and it's not respectful. It's a bunch of women watching you and men, and the people are saying you are gay. Why did you flash your junk in the gray sweatpants? Because you are a disgusting creep. And yes, I'm going to say something about it because you are a perv and exactly what they said. And my question is, who was he trying to flash for? Was he trying to show the women or the men? But I did start this off by telling y'all that I don't think that he is gay. Like y'all saying gay mean he only want men. I don't think so. If anything, he's bi. If anything, he's bi because he clearly does want women, but a lot of times men have problems. There are not a lot of times, but let me say it like this because that wasn't going to be right. Here's what's right. There are plenty of men out there who have a problem with or problems with women, a problem with the female gender because of their mommy issues, and they still want women because they like and need that kitty cat. I'm saying the ones that are like it. He is clearly an ex addict. Okay? So he needs that kitty cat. He craves the kitty cat. Not to say that they don't all want it, but his is on a different level. But he probably has a resentment as well. My speculation that he has a resentment off the fact that he craves that the kitty cat the way he craves it because he likes to be in control and he cannot be in control of the way that he wants someone else's kitty cat because it ain't his and he don't have one. He needs a woman to satisfy his craving when he already got woman issues, mommy issues. So that's my thing. And if he puts women down and demeans them and is dismissive, etc., that's a way to tap into an insecure woman's brain in a way that he can put her in a position that puts him in a hierarchy over her in a way that he doesn't have to work as hard for that kitty cat. That's game. When he's really just doing what he has to do for, in my opinion, his actual addiction. So he gonna get the people like, for example, the Westies. The people like to talk about how he told Westy, "You all right looking. I mean, you a nice looking lady. You don't look as good as you thought. You think you like a such and such or a such and such. You ain't like that. I mean, you all right looking. You ain't bad looking, but you could take yourself down a notch. Now let's be real though, Westy, she Westy know, because she doesn't treat herself like she values herself the way that she speaks of herself. That's how she ended up with a Mark. That's how she ended up with a people's chump. And let's be real, we know that Mark pays for it, and we now have found out that Westy sells it. Westy herself told us that, and we are aware of at least two of the people that she sold it to, right? So it could have been a monetary transaction for all we know, but we do know there was a transaction between the two of them because they have both um uh copped to that. um but she was upset because he was telling her like, well, you are right, but you ain't what you think you are, but you are right or whatever. But yeah, again, and we've heard him tell other ones, oh, I mean you attractive and everything, but he always putting some woman down and trying to take her down a notch or whatever. And I'm like, bro, have you seen yourself? You are right looking, your teeth crooked, you're short, your hair been white since you've been in your 30s out on this thing. Okay, what was he like, 39 or something? How long he been out here? It's been 3 to 4 years, right? 3 to 4 years. Well, actually, he might be older than that. So maybe he was in his 40s, but at the end of the day, his hair was already white. So you've been going through some stuff, and your finances was not financing. So you ain't all that. But he quick to tell a woman she is not all that. And it's really just a means of control. And a way to get where he wants to get out of them. That's also why he goes to the population he goes to, because he probably, you ain't got to work as hard if a woman is down and out, homeless, uh 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 dwelling adjacent, living, etc., etc., etc. You look like all that and she'll dote on you, or out there 304ing herself, i.e. Kelsey, and he's over here getting it in with Kelsey, and Kelsey is selling herself. Yeah. So he's a insecure little man too, and his disrespect for women is mommy issues. But he's never gonna tell us what happened for real, because hey, guys, he had no trauma, no childhood trauma, and also while he was sitting on the couch waiting on his daddy, I think something happened to him. When his daddy was visiting his extra women, and he was out there left on the couch. I think something happened to him. I do. I don't want that for anyone, but I do believe that that's a possibility. Charger said, yes, a section of our garage was converted into a cellar just to house the wine from all over the world. She said, we are a military couple. So y'all got to travel, and go to different places, ooh, and get wine from all over the world. Ooh, that's so cool. Ooh, that's so cool, Charger. She said, oh yes. She said, I've seen that show about the homeless in Atlanta. She said, you're referring to the host. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. That's him. That's him. Even though he tried to make it his character development. He's a disrespectful little twat. He get on my nerves. He get on my nerves. He said he the rising tide, but he's such a rising tide that he got to go visit people in their hospital rooms, because without them, he has nothing. He can't drop a video and make money if he don't go to people's hospital rooms and visit them. You know what I mean? That people he claimed he wasn't going to deal with anymore. Why? Because he's not the rising tide with his new money self. And I don't really think it is that much new money. I don't. I do think that there are people that are paying. That's obvious, but not to the numbers like he trying to make it seem. Because on that one site, it is poor. Is terrible. He needs some new tech people. It's not worth it. If I wasn't a content creator, I would get off the site. And I almost did. I'm kind of sick of it. It's not that great. He could do all of that on YT. It's not giving that much. It's not. If you think that it's gonna be like boom, bow, bow, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. If people want to see, they should go see for themselves. I'm not ever going to tell someone don't support somebody and don't go see for yourself. I'm never going to do that. But I'm also going to tell you that I was getting ready to cancel my subscription, and I just kept it for now. But I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it because I just think that it's not giving what it should be giving the way he sells it. It's just not. The rest of a conversation or whatever. You see plenty over here, and he can't take it away from here over there because he's never going to get as much doing it that way. So, and a lot of the stuff he says, well, finish the rest of it over there. Is it as in his words, it's usually a nothing burger. Most of the time, it's a nothing burger. Whatever was the next part over there, and some boxing. Those boxing matches are trash and he's not doing it right. But it could be so much better though if he wasn't such a lazy person, but he's so arrogant and to the point that he wants to give everybody the advice. And I don't think that he listens to people. There are people like him in the world, they know everything. They know everything. They don't listen. If you're building a business, I don't care if social media is your business, your channel is your business, whatever it is kind of a business, right? It generates revenue. So guess what? Customer feedback is a thing, and it's an important thing. You just got to be able to shift through or sift through, actually, sift through the good and the bad. But you have to listen to customer feedback. And the customer feedback is that other website is garbage. And I don't know about Dad's Briefcase from a personal point of view. The corn site, I said the name of it multiple times. Damn. I haven't actually seen it myself. But that what I can tell you is that the people that have seen it said it's basic cell phone like filming, and it's not that great. So, but anyway, I was also trying to say that Mark went into um he went into Shicey Feisty's hospital room, showed what floor Shiesty is on, snuck into the room, told the people he was her father. That's recorded between him and Tragedy talking. Tragedy then gave a damn last name. Mark is recording. So now people know what last name to say if they didn't know before. You know what I'm saying? If they, know people knew Shiesty's last name, but now they know what last name is being used. You know what I'm saying? And it's all on camera. And then, of course, the medical people come in and are trying to do her vitals, and they're talking to her, thinking this is her father, too. So you're going to speak differently in front of the boyfriend and the father than you might if it was just a content creator friend that's visiting. Um, and they could have said anything about her medical stuff. Thankfully, they didn't. And he would have just let it run because he wants to know what's going on because he's entitled to know, I guess, even though he doesn't open up about himself. He doesn't open and why, including And why is he still sick? Why does he keep having colds and he's sick? I have a theory, y'all. I got a theory. You know what my theory is? You know that Medicaid. I think that this is the name of the medication for them stupid ass commercials that keep coming up ever since I talked about it. Oh, and what was that? It was a recent commercial too. I gotta tell y'all about that, but I can't think of the commercial right now. But the other commercial for that medication, I think that medication that flushes you if you had an encounter and they trying to keep you free of that package. That's my theory on why Mark keeps coming up with colds. I don't necessarily believe that little man keeps having colds and that he's getting colds from little man or the baby mama. I think that Mark is taking that medication from time to time, and that medication flushes people and it makes your basically your nose and everything is going to run because it flushes your system to try to prevent you from catching that package. So now y'all know what medication I'm referring to. That's why I think he keeps having cold like symptoms. And he's never going to admit that. He's just going to blame little man and the baby mama. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Mhm. That is what I believe because he is reckless and he takes randoms down through there and he likes skin to skin contact from what the people say. And maybe he is just surviving. You know how there's those women that they do risky behavior and then they take a morning after pill and then they keep it pushing and keep being risky. Well, I think that he's using that medication like a morning after to prevent him from contracting something. That's just my opinion. So cuz I've heard people talk about why he always got a cold, why he keep having a cold, where he getting his cold from. Well, there you go. That's what Kiss got to say. But yeah, that's what I think. And why Shicey is in the hospital? Shicey said something about her a cyst or something that she had before, but a cyst will not keep you in the hospital for a week. And if she said something different, I don't know because I never finished the rest of that interview. If it's still up, I will watch. They're probably gonna watch the rest of shit. Speaking of which, what did I do with my? Please, speaking of which, I fell asleep, y'all. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Whew, I said, let me make sure I put my AirPod away, my one lasting remaining AirPod. Um, I'm gonna try to find it before I do this stream tonight too. Um, I didn't catch the rest of that interview. That I was saying. That's what I was saying. I didn't catch the rest of that interview that Shicey did yet, but I will if it's still there. So I don't know the full extent. I heard her say something about a cyst, like I said, which will not keep you in the hospital um for a week. So if it's something more going on, then I don't know yet. But it's got to be something serious for them to keep her there for a week. But I found it funny. They got all kind of snacks and drinks and food, and they up there living a dream. They got a place to stay. They got a bathroom where they can, shower. She can clearly get up and walk around. She is in a room. She got a bed to lay in. She got a regular shirt on, not a hospital gown. She's getting up, walking around. I hope I hope that Shiesty Feisty is washing her crack on a regular basis. Do not be having them nurses have to deal with your stinking self up in there unwashed. Tragedy got a bathroom and all the things, and they can eat for free. Who is Queenie said? He um What's his channel name? Which one are you talking about? Marcus? And I call him Mark to be funny because the barbershop owner aunt calls him Mark. It's Atlanta Street Interviews. The guy that interviews the homeless people, Atlanta Street Interviews. Uh, 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 uh. Yeah, they up in there eating. They got all kind of stuff. Tragedy going to the store, coming back, Shicey getting donations and stuff. So they got the money coming in. He talking about some they ain't married yet. And I looked in Tragedy eyes when he said it, and I thought, you know what? Tragedy's serious. Shicey then left him and been with others and came back. Tragedy looked serious to me when he said that. And I think this is my opinion, and I said it last time. The first time that they so-called broke up. They got together very quickly. And then Feisty left him for Chaos. And then Tragedy wanted her back, and Tragedy keep wanting her back. But see, Tragedy stomach is touching his back. He's down bad, bando living, struggle bus living, running from something. He got picked up, he had a warrant. So I already knew that because he was clearly running from something, but he's still running from something. And then he gets connected to Shiesty. That means money. Mark coming in, giving them money to do interviews. And Shiesty always she finds a way. They eating regularly and doing stuff. And then they had this marriage conversation on the table. Tragedy would absolutely hitch himself to Shiesty's wagon. It's the best that he's done, which is that's a lot to say. A woman with children who ran away from her own kids. And that's the wagon you want to hitch yourself to? I think he means it though. I do. She said She said, "Oh, okay, thank you." Yeah, he a mess though. The man is he's a terrible chauvinistic mess, but yeah, that's what he is. And be trying to compete. Oh man, the other channel, Troy will drop his videos, and then Mark will drop his videos. The premieres at the same time, and I'm like, Mark, first of all, do you not realize that if somebody was to watch your premiere and they left Troy, they'd come back to Troy. And do you also realize that your numbers going up? That some people are never gonna leave, and then once it's done, they'll catch your replay. So like you doing what? You're not a contender. And then he say he wasn't doing content for a few days. It was sick and I'm just trying to get better. And then he was trying to starve out the channels. He was trying to starve out the reaction channels for a few days because without him, what would they have to talk about? But without those homeless people, what would you have? So if you think that you can starve out a reaction channel if you do no content, which is crazy, um, what do you think happens if those homeless people stop talking to you? You're not the rising tide, but hey, let your ego keep telling you wrong. Keep on letting your ego lead you astray. Does Mark realize, let's say for example, if my channel was focused only on ASI, if he didn't come out here for days on end, for those channels that do that, they can easily go over some old stuff and take some different angles with it. There's so many additional things that are happening that can be talked about that they don't need him to come out here every single day, and they can move on. A reaction channel can move on and react to other things. But what is Mark going to do if the homeless people in Atlanta do not talk to him? He thinks he's such a great interviewer, but I don't think he is. Even in his recent interview, he dropped on Tracy, the other lady that got the channel. I was listening to the interview and I was honestly thinking, this is such a, he's not doing, it's not that great. She did a lot of talking, she did a lot of sharing. Things came out because of her. At some point, he said, "How old are you?" She in the middle of talking. He asked her like 3 times. First of all, let her finish. It's making it seem like you're not listening. And if you don't listen, you might not be able to ask the questions that you need to ask. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then back to something I was saying earlier, the whole him talking about people talking under his clothes when he talks under people's clothes. How can he be offended? Well, he's a narcissist, so in my opinion, so that's why he would be offended. But you're talking under people's clothes all the time, asking them, did anything ever happen to them, and if they liked it. So this little girl got this grown man doing things they don't even understand and may have never known about to them against their will. And then you asking if, oh, well, so did it happen over time? So did you at some point come to like it? And what I have decided about that, so first of all, that's talking under people's clothes, but he don't want nobody talking under his. You don't want nobody talking under your clothes, but you took your clothes off on camera for the world to see. You didn't want people to talk about that? That's weird. Who gets out of their clothes on camera? He knows that he was seen in that mirror. They say he had edited it out, but it's too late. So, and now you're talking about doing more scenes with people, but you don't want people to talk under your clothes. You don't want people to talk under your clothes. You're telling people to oh, and I was going to say the other thing I wanted to say, not only that, but in him asking um people, I'm trying to remember because it's an additional thing I want to say. In him asking interviewees, did it happen over time? Did they start to like it? It makes me think that whatever happened to him happened over time, and he started convincing himself that he was okay with it. So maybe it was a woman that did something to him. Maybe it wasn't a man, maybe it was a woman, maybe it was more than one incident. And also, I'm talking about maybe it could have been more than one person, but if it's only one person, the person was a woman. And I do absolutely think something happened to him. I've been thinking that. I've been thinking that because of his weird questions, especially the fact that he won't let up with people answering. I've been thinking that. And I'm like, it probably was a woman, and maybe he began to convince himself that he likes it. That's what I've been thinking because it's weird to ask people a question like that. What kind of stupid ass question is that? Don't nobody like being forced to do something they never wanted to do in the first place. And that one interviewee who's still hooking up with her uncle all these years later is an exception to the rule, and it's weird. It's weird. I don't have an explanation for that because it's weird. I don't know what to say. I just know that that's not normally how it goes. Oh, and the other thing. And since Mark thinks it's a good idea that people talk to the camera and do an open letter and just leave them in their trauma, um, an open letter to the victimizer, the predator, their predator, um, then why doesn't he do one? Why doesn't he do one to his predator instead of acting like nothing ever happened? Maybe he could help himself. And he's like, and then he gonna sit there in that one interview talking about, yeah, I did. And I helped people. I left them better. And to some of them, I only gave them $5. So you gave somebody $5 to get into their trauma. Even before COVID, they could not even buy a full meal for $5. I keep saying before COVID, but I think that he's been out, I say like 3 to 4 years, I think. Um, it's something like that. I was watching way at the beginning, but I don't know. Sometimes stuff it all start damn blending. It was like 3 to 4 years ago, I think. But anyway, you couldn't buy a upsized McDonald's meal for $5. So for him to admit that he was paying some people $5 is effing ridiculous. And he was demanding that they answer his questions and having them get in their trauma. I don't understand why people still did the interview. That's why them young people was taking them $20 and telling them some bullshit. That's that karma for all the people that he took advantage of. $5. And if all you can give somebody is $5 for an interview, tell us that you was broke without telling us you was broke. Because why didn't you have 10, 15, or $20 for them back then? $5 was probably all he could muster up with his broke self. And everybody keeps saying he left that baby mama. Ain't no way. I just do not believe it. But also you never know though. You never know because some women will take anything just for a piece of man. So it is a possibility. It is a because she had him and she had two of his kids. And he is who he is. So we don't know. He might have. I don't know. Let me see. She said, I just looked at his page. Queenie said, he looks unhealthy. He look unhealthy. Something wrong with him, ain't it? You can see it, can't you? Well, yeah, well, he keep on having these colds, and he had an episode where he went down, and he claims his mom took him to the hospital. I don't believe that either. I just don't believe it. I think he said his mother took him to the hospital because people were starting to question his life and his connection to his mother, and then he started talking about my mom this, my mom that. Narcissist, that's what they do. So he was trying to spin that narrative. Then he said that his daughter found him. Then he said that his mother took him to the hospital. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I don't believe. He said something about she was gonna call an ambulance, but then he ended up saying his mama took him to the hospital. Yeah, I don't know. Prove it or it didn't happen. I don't believe you. I don't know who took him to the hospital. But he's full of it. I think that he is on that stuff that flushes your system. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Roro in the building. She said, "Happy Sunday, Kiss and Chat." Happy Sunday, Roro. Welcome in, y'all. Um, yeah, I don't know. Mark is a mess. Mark and Ant is a mess. And then there's that Lex girl that he recently interviewed. And who was that? Somebody posted something about the show that she used to be on. And I went and looked at a couple of episodes of it. Well, not the full thing. I just kept skipping to when I saw her on screen. And I said, oh, so she come from a wealthy family in Atlanta and she was on reality TV. Now, do I think the family is wealthy for real? May- Maybe, but also maybe not. It costs money to be in those pageants. It costs money, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're wealthy. And people always want to seem wealthy and successful when they get on TV. So that doesn't mean they were wealthy and successful. But she was on a reality TV show. And there's news articles that were posted. Who posted them? One of these reaction channels posted the news articles about her being caught up in this case, this ex trafficking case. Ugh, my goodness. And I think that well, maybe it is real because of the postings. But the girl is out on tether, and Mark, she just happened to bump into Ant and Mark. She just happened to be in the right place at the right time to bump into Ant and Mark. As if those boys aren't on when they're on you, as if they don't watch you and follow you. Like they can't put a plant on your route when they know you be at night out prowling the streets. What the hell was he looking for? Was he on one of his deviant missions trying to find something to, to take back to the crib or something? Where's that phone? Where is that phone? I hear it. I hear it. Dirty. Whoa. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. My bad, y'all. Phone distracting. Um, shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh, he was out on a mission. Why was he out at that hour? But was old girl a plant? Lex, I'm talking about now. Was she a plant on his route as he rolled the streets prowling like he normally does? And maybe the people put her on his route. You see what I'm saying? Maybe they put her on his route and then he bumped into her. And then she got that tether on her ankle. Is that tether, is she tethered for real? Or is it a recording device? What's going on? For real? Here's this reality personality. People making jokes about her saying that she be cleaning. They say the clean up woman. That song. Maybe she the clean up woman, or maybe that's her insider, and she's not that, and she got that ankle monitor on that has audio in it and tracking for wherever she goes, and it is a means of connecting to Mark to get Mark caught up, and he immediately, once he got her in the Jeep, he immediately was plotting. And then him and Aunt, when Aunt was like, "What you doing with her with you?" What he say? He was talking to her about shooting some spicy scene. Talking about he just wanted her to do something to herself. Isn't that what he said about the 18-year-old? That what he said on camera about the 18-year-old. He just wanted her to play with a rose. He just wanted Maya to be on something else. Like that's what he said to Maya too. And both of them said that he got caught on camera unclothed and in white socks behind the scenes with Maya. So we already know he went all into that. And now he's kind of standing on it because he got busted. And as far as the 18-year-old is concerned, only a couple months older than his daughter, well, he posted the rose part, but he got rid of the um what he did to her part that she told. We have no reason not to believe her. Although well, we do actually, because she lies a lot. But about that, that's kind of his MO. So it's probably likely because she's questioning. And as much as she lies, she go back and forth and be all over the place. She's been pretty consistent about that one though. She's been pretty consistent about that. Even though she keep changing up the amount, she said 150 at first. Then somebody said that she said 250. I don't know when she said 250 because I didn't personally hear that. I heard a reaction channel say that. When I heard her talk about it right after it happened, she said 150. When first she said she wasn't going to say the price and she got paid well. That's what I initially heard her say. Then she said that when Quita was talking about, oh, she got broken off. That's when old girl said that she had made 150. But now somebody says she said 250, and it's possible because she changes stuff. But what she didn't change, she didn't ever change that um Mark recorded her with the rose and then he posted that, but he didn't post the rest of it. Cause she initially said, why didn't he post the whole thing? Like if it was gonna be more and he was gonna record it, why did he only post part of it? Where is it at? And then as she developed it, she ends up admitting that, he went all the way in and he didn't post it. And she was questioning that. What did he do with it? Well, guess what, young lady? You sold yourself short for 150. So whatever he does with it, you can't do nothing legally about it. If you consented at the right age and he actually did what he did. Although she did say that the police had contacted her as well about Mark. She said she had spoken to the police. She had posted stuff on her community wall, which she since deleted. And then she gets to playing dumb about it or whatever. CJ interviewed somebody that said the police spoke to them, but that don't necessarily sound true. It sound like CJ be feeding people or whatever. So, or he just be telling them lies and then they get on camera and repeat it and just say whatever. Uh, and now there's Lex and Mark is saying that he wanna, film her with the toy and that's what he said when he knows that his mind in his mind he wants to go all the way there. In his mind he want to go all the way there. And he probably planning to, but he better be careful because I do think old girl it's a likelihood. It's a high likelihood that old girl is a plant. Yeah, I do. I think so. I think it's a high likelihood that old girl is a plant. Lex, that is. And if so, so be it. It's about that time, Mark. Like, hey, your chicken's gonna come home to roost one day. Taking advantage of people, it's not gonna end well. It can't. It can. It can't. Just like he got that hidden recording of that 18-year-old, ain't no telling how many hidden recordings he has of people, including before he ever um started his dad's briefcase site, inspired by his father's briefcase where he kept secret corn. And ain't no telling what Mark saw on those tapes. And rounding it up as I prepare to end this, coming all the way back around to the dad's briefcase site. There's no telling what Mark saw in that briefcase that made him be the way he is. Group stuff, all kinds of stuff that makes him think he can do what he's doing now, or what he saw his dad doing when he was being dragged all over town while his dad was being a womanizer. Next question I have though, because y'all know I got questions. I got more questions. Again, preparing to round this up. I want to know what was finances like. He say he had a good life. What does that mean? What's the standard of living in East Atlanta? No, not it's not it's East Atlanta, right? That what they be calling it on the east side of Atlanta. What is the living like? Um and the area he describing he from, well, I guess he would know East Atlanta. So what is it like? Is it modern, like not modern, but like I mean, I just want to know, what is it, the poor side of town? Is it super duper hood? What is it like? The school, that high school he be saying he went to and stuff like that. What is it like there? Because if he wasn't about that life and he was a short little liar, He might have had some issues in the hood. In the hood, especially off the fact that you a liar, and then on top of it, you short. That could be problematic. That could be problematic. But what was his what was his standard of living like? Like what's I mean, what's the average? I probably could Google it, but that's gonna be right now. We talk about back in the 90s. 90s, 2000s. Nah, because probably at his age, he would have graduated from high school in the early 2000s. So let's say he spent most of his youth on the east side. Yeah, he'd be putting himself all over the place. Um, 80s to the early 2000s. What was the neighborhood like? And the reason that I'm asking this question is because it's expensive to be a womanizer. If you got all these women on the side, that costs money. I ain't say that his dad had to pay to smash. He might have, for all we know, he might have been paying them. But also, it just costs money. So, what was the quality of life like at home? That's why I'm trying to figure out what the neighborhood was like. Was they on the struggle bus? There's got to be some viewers that have known him from his youth. People have spoken on it, even as young adult life. It's not giving wealthy. It's not giving middle class. It's not. And if you are in a just normal hood environment, even if your family is middle class and your dad out here womanizing, then that takes money out of the home. So what was his quality of life like? And if your dad was out here just dicking them down, like he say, are there other children out there? Because how come it's just him and his brother if his dad was taking him through there, like he says? There would be somebody else gonna end up becoming with child and gonna give birth to that child. So if his dad was out there just on the side, just slanging it every which way but loose, where how come there's no other children? Or has his dad been accused of other children and they just didn't count him or whatever? I got questions. There's a lot more to be discussed. And he needs to do an interview where he listens. The man was talking and asking questions, and he was more respectful to the man. But the way he was talking to the women, that woman, I meant to say, that was uncalled for. Oh, and let me also add in how he be talking to women. I also want to touch on the fact that he was talking to Lex, talking all that baby and all that other stuff. I'm just talking about from this woman, Peanut Gallery. I can't stand that. Don't do baby. That's so disrespectful. You don't even know her. You just met her. Aunt popping her on her butt. Mark calling her baby and stuff. What the hell is wrong with some of these men? They got no damn home training. Get it together. You feel me? Something is wrong with them. But anyway, it's a whole lot wrong with Mark. And a lot of us can clearly see that. And he can keep on putting that fake front on all he want to. It's clear. That internal, the external shell is clear. That internal coming right on through, brother. While you over there acting like you think you can cover it up. Mm-mm. And let me say something for myself too before I wrap this up. I'm far from angry. I ain't bitter. I don't have no issues with men. None of that. Okay? I don't have none of that. Let me just say that because people like Mark, that's the first thing they want to say when women see through them. That's the first thing they want to say when a woman calls them on their stuff. That's the first thing they want to say. I'm not bitter. I just could see through bullish. I ain't got none of that side way Mark play it when it comes to certain things. But at the end of the day, I'm just simply saying, let me just say that for the record. Oh, lonely, bitter. You know the type of stuff they like to say. The stuff people chump rolled into my chat and said. I'm like, none of those things are true. I just literally see through you. And you mad. Because he got the same attitude that Mark got. Oh, and y'all, and because I gotta get on. As I say that about Mark, and I segue on to People Chump real quick before I get out of here. People Chump posted some lives with him somewhere in somebody's VIP or something. He either stole somebody's VIP chain or they loaned it to him or some kind of way. He was so excited, acting like, boy, you finally made it into something. Negro, you almost 50 years old and you acting like that was a first. You acted way too brand new. You ain't had them type of experiences in life yet. Boy, what you been doing with yourself? Oh, that's right. That's right. That Panera check do not afford those kind of experiences. And guess who he was with? Himself. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for People's Chump and Marcus's of the world. I feel so bad for them. You ain't had your lady right there at your big age. Your wife wasn't by your side. You was enjoying the experience with someone. Man, that is so sad for you. While both of y'all always talking some crap about a woman, you're just mad because you need women. We make things better. And yet y'all out here doing stuff by yourself. Know damn well you're lonely at night. That's why Mark be in that Jeep perusing them streets, looking for something to pay for. So he has something to lay with into the daylight hours and everything is alive again. Fighting that loneliness. The People's Chump, you know damn well you over there lonely. Well, you know what you over there doing. That's why you threw all that stuff out there that you said. And just a reminder, you could never get close to a Kiss if Kiss was on the market. You never could. So don't flatter yourself. Well, you come back with your whack ass comeback. I don't want to hear none of that mess. Lonely. It's really pathetic. Drinking. Ooh, look at my VIP. And you was all by yourself. You had to be all by yourself. Cause you are awful, horrible, chauvinistic, mommy issue having man. Just like Mark. Sad for you. Go to therapy and get over it. And Mark, we need those answers to those questions regarding your therapy that I asked last time. The next person that interviews him, please get into the weeds about the therapy and the other parts of his life. If y'all didn't already think about it. But y'all with that part 1, 2, and 3, I ain't see the whole interview. So I don't know if y'all went there, but I ain't heard nobody go there with the questions that I'm asking. But yeah, y'all, but thanks for tuning in, y'all, with me on this early morning episode 5 of Surviving BYB will be coming on later. I'm gonna set a timer today. I'm about to catch me a nap. I woke up so early. I'm sleepy again. My stomach feel better, so I could probably go back to sleep or catch me a little nap or whatever. And then I'm gonna get up and do that thumbnail and set the timer. I think I set the timer, but I want to do it a little bit earlier today. But y'all, I ain't got no 12 hours for y'all now. I got no 12 hours for y'all, but it will be probably late afternoon. Episode five of Surviving BYB today. Um yeah, so that'll be the next time that y'all probably the excuse me, that y'all see me live because I it's a couple things that I need to do around the house and that never ending laundry. So I think I'll do unless I hit that go live because I do have a couple more reactions I need to do while I'm doing laundry or whatever. I don't know. Because y'all know how Kiss rolls. The laundry is mostly washed. Usually I've washed everything and I just need to put stuff away. So, that's where we at with it. So I gotta get that done. today. I don't know. I guess I'm just talking at this point because I'm trying to decide. I'm talking out loud as I'm thinking out loud. I could have wrapped this up already because I'm just trying to decide because I know I got more ASI reactions that I want to do. And if anything, I'll go live and do them, but I might just save it up for Surviving BYB because, man, y'all be up in here making that thing and everything. So, but we gonna do Surviving BYB. Y'all survivors, please tune in later and hit that link and tell us your experience of surviving BYB. Even if you shared it on your channel years ago or even recently, I still ask if you'll hit that link and chime in on the conversation, whether you're surviving BYB, content creators and subscribers, friends of the channel surviving BYB, or whether you were in this sector or you were impacted by this surviving BYB. For example, some people, they kept it cute and they were never, and even if you didn't keep it cute, you still didn't necessarily do anything to come under attack from her. The girl is unhinged, but some people was just in the comment section going wherever they want, doing whatever they want to do, and they never came under attack. But they see the effects of surviving BYB, or the effects that it had on the sector. And so y'all come out and y'all talk about that and everything, how she muddied the waters and whatnot. But so y'all, I will have that link posted when I do episode 5 as well. And I know there will be some trolls because we had some trolls in there last time. And that's fine. It is what it is. BYB is she's bothered or whatnot. And it just is what it is. Oh, speaking of surviving BYB, I don't know if Diva is still listening, but if you are Diva, I wanted to tell you on your live, you guys also talked about NY being on Rita's panel and asking when that happened. Well, I did not see that myself, but what I was told on the panel on my page is that it had just happened something like the night prior. Um, Apparently, Crap Buckets. Did I just call what name did I just call her? BYB? Did I just call her that other name? I don't know what I just called her, but Crap Buckets. Um, Apparently went live at something like, whoever was telling it, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning her time. Uh don't know if she ever said her. I think she did say where she is, but I don't want to say where she is because I don't know if I'm right about where she is. But anyway, wherever she is that was talking, which was Melissa Bean, in her time zone, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and she said that Crap Buckets have been going live at 2 or 3 in the morning and deleting them. So they quickly go away once it's over. So I want to say it was like the day prior to my next episode, Crap Buckets had went live at like 2 or 3 in the morning, Melissa Bean's time, and she had a panel, and it was her. It was 697304. And NY at some point had hit that link, and NY was saying that I guess NY was trying to act like she wasn't just on my panel saying what she said. And I maybe there was some confusion too about what she said. Maybe I'll mention this again later when I do episode 5. I will, where NY was talking about crap buckets. I think I'm absolutely gonna mention it. I gotta, hopefully I remember to bring it up. Um, NY said that she would go to Crap Bucket's son school, and she would put hands on Crap Bucket and her son. Now it might be somebody somewhere might be confused about what she said, because after everybody got on her head She lied and said she didn't say it, which is what NY does. Anybody that's been watching NY knows that if you get on NY head about something NY says, the first thing she gonna do is say she didn't say it. Then she gonna start faking emotional. Then she gonna start acting like she crying. That's why I was laughing so hard, because that's literally the MO of NY Leo. That's what she said. First, she said she was gonna put hands on crap buckets. Then she said she was gonna take travel to do it. That's why me and that's why Shay was the one talking about we gonna get you a flight and everything. I hopefully Shay can pull up. Shay, if you hear this, if you catch this replay, I know Shay she be working too, so I don't know if she gonna hear this or not. But I don't know if she work on weekends or whatever, but I don't know if she gonna hear this. But if she does, hopefully she can hit that link and be the co-host. Or if somebody else wanna co-host, y'all drop down in that chat when I go live, and hopefully somebody can come up and be a co-host as well. That would be a wonderful thing if Shay's not available. Let me say, but Shay was saying we'll get money together to put NY on a flight. Of course, I took the flight down to a Greyhound. We was gonna put NY on a bus, and we was gonna pay for her to stay in a motel for a couple of days, because she said, and of course this is all jokes, everybody. This is fiction, this is fiction, this is fiction, this is jokes. NY said she would travel to put hands on buckets. So you know, then she said she'll go to the son's school and she'll put hands on buckets and her son. And then I had to walk NY back, and everybody started getting on her. Because listen, what did Bucket's son do? Nothing. Okay. He probably just as embarrassed that that is his. Think about how he, if we feel the way we feel about her, can you imagine how her own kids feel about her? So why add something to him and make him a part of her crap when she's the crappy person, not the kid? So then NY start backing it up and acting like she didn't say what she said about the kid, and I wasn't gonna touch her kid. That's what you said, NY. It just is what it is. And then she turns around and hits Bucket's panel, they say, and she's acting like I was defending you. And girl, bye. The thing is still posted. Like, you think they wasn't in the bushes? But if they accepted her, they did. Why you think they let her hit the link? They hit her because what did I say? I said NY was gonna run over there, and Buckets was going. I said if she ran over there, Buckets was going to accept her, because number one is a money grab, because she's gonna throw money. NY always threw money at Buckets. So take your dumb ass on. Listen, nobody owes me anything, and I don't expect money out of anybody. But one thing that's funny about NY ain't never thrown me a penny. I've let NY up on my panel. You know what I'm saying? I don't post my Cash App. I mean, I have been doing it lately, but I've never been one to like just post my Cash App or anything like that. People be asking me for it, and I'll be saying no, thank you. I'll be winning games and I'll be paying it forward. I've done that all the time. I'm not in need like that. I'm not in need like that. So just pay it forward. It made me feel better to do it that way. So that's fine. I'm not saying she had to send me anything, but I'm also not blind. She ain't never sent me nothing. So, but she knows she got to pay to play over there. So take your dumb ass on and cash it out. Take it away. You most of the people in this sector don't even want her here. She's an idiot. And I was always nice to her. I was. But listen, I don't expect anything out of anybody, but I'm going on a whole rant, and I'm gonna save the rant for episode 5. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause I probably am gonna rant a little bit when it comes to that little switch hitting um um well, I'll just leave it. We're gonna call. I'm gonna leave it as switch hitter for now. But when I get on episode 5, I got me a little rant. I got a little rant in me. I just got to remember. I'm planting into my memory right now 2 things. One, that rant about NY, and the talk about her hitting Buckets' panel. And even though we talked about it, maybe we can, if anybody saw more, if anybody want to share more details, if they saw the live, then hopefully you guys will hit my link, and hopefully y'all will be on some link hitting type stuff today. And so with that being said, y'all, let me go ahead and wrap up. I'm literally about to take me a nap real quick, and then I can, by the time I wake up from my nap, then I can start my cleaning, because the two things that I need to do, it was gonna make too much noise for me to do it right now. I need to vacuum, but I need to run my little scrubber thing. It's like the little buffer thing. I need to do that on um on the kitchen floor. So y'all, let me get up off of here and catch me a little nap so I can get up and do my little cleaning or whatever, and then do my laundry. So yeah, y'all, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support. Thanks for listening in on Little Old Me. Again, thank y'all so much for getting me to that 1K and over it. And it's still been going up. So listen, y'all, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Oh yeah. Oh, y'all made my day. Y'all made my week. Y'all made my month. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thanks everybody that's still been hitting that subscribe afterwards. Road to 2K. Road to 2K. I can see it though. So thank y'all for the support and the love. And yeah, I'm sending love you guys' way. I hope and I pray that you guys' cup is filled, overflowing, and that you guys are abundantly blessed, and that you will tune in to episode 5 and hit that link and chime in later today on Surviving BYB. In the meantime, in between time, I'm going to catch y'all on the rebound. Y'all have a great rest of y'all Sunday. I'm out of here. Peace.